Long before highways, skyscrapers, and borders, cities rose across North America and then vanished. Beneath forests, fields, and modern streets lie plazas, swallowed by earth, temples reduced to shadows, and entire civilizations erased from memory. What if the greatest urban experiments on this continent did not belong to the modern age at all? What if North America once held cities as complex, ambitious, and crowded as any in the ancient world? Tonight, we journey into silence and soil, into places the map forgot. Stay with us until the end. And if you're drawn to hidden history buried beneath our feet, subscribe now and join us for the full documentary. Thousands of years ago, the land now called North America pulsed with human movement. Rivers were highways, mounds rose where power gathered. Cities formed not of stone towers, but of earth, wood, and ritual space. In the Mississippi Valley, smoke drifted from hearths as tens of thousands lived side by side. In the deserts of the Southwest, engineered canals turned dry land green. Along the Gulf Coast and deep in the forests, trade networks stretched for thousands of miles. These were not scattered villages. They were organized cities, governed, defended, and spiritually alive. Yet when European explorers arrived, many of these places were already abandoned, their builders gone, their names forgotten. Disease, climate shifts, political collapse, and violence had already begun their work. The stage was set for one of history's greatest disappearances. At the heart of this mystery stands Cahokia, near modern-day St. Louis. It was once the largest city north of Mexico. At its peak, around the year 1100, Cahokia rivaled medieval London in population. Massive earthen pyramids dominated the skyline. Monk's Mound rose higher than the Great Pyramid of Giza's base footprint. Astronomical alignments tracked the sun. Markets buzzed with copper, shells, and stone from distant lands. But danger was closing in. Floods battered crops. Political authority fractured. Environmental strain and social tension grew. And then, slowly, people began to leave. By the time Europeans arrived, the city was already a ghost beneath the grass. Far to the southwest, another urban experiment unfolded. In Chaco Canyon, towering stone great houses rose from the desert. Roads perfectly straight cut across mesas 4 miles, connecting ceremonial centers with astonishing precision. This was no accident. Chaco was a planned world, tied to astronomy and seasonal cycles. The drought came. The rains failed. Timber sources vanished. What once thrived through coordination and belief collapsed under ecological pressure. By the 1200s, Chaco stood empty, its silence echoing between canyon walls. In the southeast, mound cities like Moundville and Etowah controlled territory through ritual power and warfare. Elite rulers lived atop sacred earthworks while commoners farmed below. But European contact unleashed an invisible weapon disease. Smallpox and measles raced ahead of explorers, killing millions before a single treaty was signed. Entire cities fell without a battle. Survivors scattered, oral histories endured, but landscapes emptied. The climax of this story is not a single catastrophe, but a realization. North America did not wait to be civilized. It already was. Cities rose, governed by human choice and environmental limits. When those limits were crossed, collapse followed. These lost cities remind us that complexity does not guarantee permanence. Today, highways pass over forgotten plazas. Suburbs sit atop sacred ground. Archaeologists are still uncovering what was deliberately ignored for centuries. The impact is profound. These cities force us to rethink history, resilience, and identity. They tell us that civilizations can vanish, not because they were weak, but because they were human. And as we look across our modern cities, rising fast and fragile, their silence carries a warning. If this journey uncovered something new for you, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and keep searching for the history hidden beneath America's soil.